the marble in the dark. He woke on a floor that was cold and smooth, with the kind of chill that seeped up through his clothes and into his bones. He did not know what bones were, only the feeling of them, a framework inside him that was now a conduit for the cold. He did not know what clothes were, only the rough, damp fabric against his skin. He did not know his own name. He pushed himself up, palms flat against the surface. It was not rough nor soft. It was hard, polished. In the profound fog-choked darkness, it felt like a solid river under his hands. A faint ghostly light seeped from somewhere, not illuminating but merely tinting the darkness a bruised gray. It revealed nothing of its source. The air was thick, wet, and still, carrying a taste of old stone and something else. Ozone, perhaps, though he had no word for that sharp, clean scent. The fog was not like mist. It was a tangible thing, a woolly shroud that swallowed sound and space. It was darker than the night, a negative space that clung to the weak light and smothered it. Other lights drifted in the depths, swirls of muted green, pulses of deep blue, like drowned stars stirring in a black ocean. They provided no answers, only deeper questions. He stood, legs unsteady. Before him, rising until it vanished into the gloom above, was a wall. It curved away in both directions, suggesting an immensity that made his mind shy away. A building, a structure of impossible scale. He had no memory of buildings, but some deep cellular knowledge recognized it as made, not born. Yet it felt organic. It breathed. A low, soft hum vibrated through the soles of his feet. It was constant, a baseline to the silence. It sounded like the rustling of wind through endless leaves, or the distant murmur of a hive. It was the sound of the place itself, alive and breathing. He began to walk, one hand trailing along the wall for guidance. The material was cool and seamless. His fingers traced its surface. It looked like concrete, a word that surfaced without a picture, but it felt entirely different. Smooth as glass, yet not slippery. It had a depth to it, a cloudy, swirling interior where captured flecks of something caught the phantom lights, glittering faintly like frozen dust in obsidian. It was veined with threads of silver and deep cobalt. He pressed his cheek against it, cool, humming, marble. The word arrived, a label without a memory. He understood it was a thing, a substance, but he could not picture a quarry, a sculptor, a floor in a sunlit hall. Here it was just the cold, beautiful skin of the unknown. The corridor he was in was vast, the ceiling lost in the murk high above. The fog coiled around his knees. He walked for what felt like hours, time having lost all meaning. The gentle wind-like hum was his only companion. Then a new sound entered the symphony. A slow, rhythmic plink. 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 He followed it. The sound grew louder, echoing in the cavernous space. The air grew cooler, damper. He looked up. Far, far above, beyond where the fog congealed into utter blackness, a single point of water gathered. It caught a stray, wandering green light for a moment, becoming an emerald jewel. Then it fell. It fell for a breathtakingly long time, a silvery thread in the dark, before it struck the floor with that clear, lonely plink. It had struck the same spot for an eternity, wearing a small, perfect depression in the marble-like floor, a cup of darkness holding a droplet of light. He knelt, mesmerized. He touched the water. It was cold, pure. He brought his wet fingers to his lips. The taste was nothing. It was just water, but the fact of it. Water falling in this sealed, alien place felt profound. It spoke of cycles he didn't understand, of a world beyond these walls that he could not recall. He moved on, the drip fading behind him. The architecture defied understanding. Corridors sloped at gentle, impossible angles, merging into vast open chambers where pillars wider than ancient trees soared upward. Ramps spiraled along the inner curves of colossal cylinders, leading him higher and deeper simultaneously. There were no doors, no windows, no seams, just endless flowing forms of the dark marble lit by the internal drifting lights. Sometimes the lights would cluster on a section of wall, and for a moment he would see intricate patterns etched into the surface, not carved but grown, like frost ferns on a pane of glass. They depicted spirals, intersecting rings and streams of symbols that were fluid and mathematical. They glowed softly, then faded as the lights drifted on. He found a balcony. It was a lip of material jutting out into a void so enormous it stole his breath. The fog was thinner here, stirred by a faint, cold updraft. He peered over the edge, down into a gulf of black. The building's interior walls curved inwards, dotted with the soft fungal glow of those wandering lights, receding into a pinpoint below, above the same. He was inside a titanic vertical world. The scale was not human. It was built for giants or for concepts that had no need for stairs and doors. A wave of utter bewilderment, clean and cold, washed over him. He was not afraid, not yet. The confusion was too complete for fear. He was a blank page in a library of unreadable alien books. Who built this? Why? How did he get here? The questions were formless, heavy things. He left the balcony and entered a narrower passage. The hum changed here. It deepened, gaining a rhythmic, almost melodic subharmonic. The walls were warmer. He placed his palm flat on one and felt a gentle, reassuring thrum, like a heartbeat slowed to once a minute. The light here was a steady, warm amber, emanating from the material itself. The floor was patterned with a network of shallow grooves, all converging ahead. The passage opened into a circular chamber. In the center was a pool, not of water but of light. A soft white luminosity, liquid and cool, pooled in a basin of the same dark marble, its surface perfectly still, a mirror of fog. It lit the chamber with a moon-like glow. Around the pool, the grooves in the floor ended as if feeding into it. He approached, drawn to the purity of the light. As he neared the rim, he saw his reflection for the first time. A stranger's face looked back, pale, eyes wide and dark, with a vacancy that was not stupidity but absolute absence. Hair dark and matted, features that meant nothing to him. He was a ghost in a shell he did not know. He touched his cheek, the reflection mimicking him. The action felt borrowed. He knelt and, driven by an impulse he didn't comprehend, reached a hand toward the liquid light. His fingertips broke the surface. It was not wet. It was a sensation of cool vibration, a gentle tingling numbness. The light clung to his skin, swirling around his fingers like viscous smoke. And then, images flashed. A flash of a blue sky so bright it hurt, a fragment of laughter, sound without a source. The feeling of rough bark under a different palm, the taste of something sweet and sharp. They were not memories. They were echoes, sensations stripped of all context, crashing into his empty mind like shards of stained glass. He jerked his hand back, gasping. The light dripped from his fingers, falling back into the pool and dissolving. The echoes faded, leaving a sharper, more painful void. He had a past. He had lost it. This substance, this liquid memory or energy or whatever it was, knew it. It had shown him the shadows of what was gone. A new sound began, a deep, resonant tone like a stone gong struck one through the floor, through his chest, then another from a different direction. They were calls, signals. The gentle wind-like hum shifted, becoming more directed, more intentional. The drifting lights in the corridor outside quickened, streaming past the chamber's entrance like shooting stars, all moving in the same direction, deeper into the heart of the structure. He stood, his heart now pounding with a rhythm that matched the deep tones. Something was happening. The building, or whatever intelligence inhabited it, was stirring. He followed the stream of lights. The corridors now seemed to guide him, the gentle slopes turning, the passages aligning. The fog began to thin, pulled away by an unseen circulation of air. The scale of the architecture became even more apparent. He crossed a bridge so slender and high it felt like walking on a hair over the mouth of the universe. Below, in the depths now visible as the fog retreated, he saw shapes. Great dormant machines, or perhaps sculptures, fused seamlessly into the structure. They resembled crystalline trees, turbines of silent rock, and folded wings of stone. The deep tones continued to sound, a slow, solemn procession of notes. He arrived at the heart. It was a spherical room so large the far wall was lost in curvature. The ceiling, if it existed, was invisible. In the very center of the space, suspended in nothingness, hung a single perfect sphere of the same dark, marble-like substance. It was twice his height, and it rotated slowly with a profound, weighty grace. From it, the wandering lights originated. They emerged from its surface like bubbles rising from a deep spring, drifting outward and up into the reaches of the building. The deep gong-like tones seemed to pulse from it. This was the source of the hum, the light, the dream, the keeper of the echoes. He walked to the edge of the platform that ringed the vast space. There was no barrier between him and the drop into the stellar void of the interior, nor between him and the floating sphere. He simply stopped and watched. As the sphere turned, a facet caught an internal light, and for a moment it became transparent. Inside, he saw not machinery, but a slow, swirling nebula of colors. The blues of deep water, the greens of forgotten forests, the gold of a lost sun. And drifting in that nebula were the sharp, bright fragments, the echoes he had touched, the laughter, the bark, the taste of fruit, the blinding blue sky. They were all here, collected, stored in this beautiful alien orb. He understood then, not with his mind, but with his soul. This was not a prison, it was an archive, a sanctuary. It had not stolen his past, it had preserved it. The world outside, the one he could not remember, was gone. Fallen, broken, lost. This colossal living structure was a tomb for a planet, a memory palace built by a forgotten civilization to save what could not be saved. Experiences, sensations, the ghosts of what was. He was not an intruder. He was a relic. A last piece of data stumbled into the archive. The building had been waiting, humming softly to itself, tending the lights, recycling the moisture, maintaining the echoes, until one of the saved ones woke up. The sphere's rotation slowed. A new light, a pure white one, coalesced before it. It floated towards him, not drifting, but purposeful. It stopped before his face. He did not flinch. It enveloped his vision. This time, the images were not fragments. They were a stream, a life, his life, a sun-drenched field, a loved one's face, their name still just out of reach. A city of glass and laughter, now dust. A cataclysm, a silent, blinding wave of light from the sky. And then a different light, a beam from this very structure, sweeping, collecting, saving. It lasted an eternity, it lasted a second. The light retreated back into the sphere. He was on his knees again, tears cutting warm paths through the grime on his cheeks. He was filled. He was shattered. He knew everything, and that knowledge was a weight heavier than the colossal building around him. His name was Kalen. The world was gone. He was the last. The sphere completed its slow rotation. An aperture, seamless before, opened in its side. From within, the nebula of stolen memories swirled gently, an invitation. The gentle hum softened, becoming a lullaby. The wind-like rustle was a whisper now. Rest, return, be safe in the memory. He looked at the opening, a doorway back into the dream, into the perfect, painless preservation of what was. Then he looked down at his own hands, solid, real, and trembling on the cold marble. He felt the cold air, heard the eternal, distant plink of water finding its way through the dark. He stood up. He turned his back on the glowing sphere, on the archive of a dead world. He walked away from the heart, back into the dim, foggy corridors. The echoes of his life were now inside him, a painful, burning core of truth. The building hummed around him, a question in its tone. He did not know where the corridor led. He did not know if there was an exit or what lay outside in the corpse of the world. He knew only that he was awake and that to choose the dream now would be a second death. He walked not with purpose but with presence. He felt the marble under his feet, cold and real. He listened to the drip of water, a clock for eternity. He watched the strange lights drift, carrying their echoes to the silent, watching walls. He was lost. He was remembered. He was the first and last man in a museum of ghosts, and he chose to keep walking into the dark. The mystery was no longer outside of him. It was within. And for now, that was enough. The gentle alien hum settled around his shoulders like a cloak, and the great dreaming building bore his footsteps in silence.